Welcome to session 53 of Dreamers of Kiriak, where maybe things will happen, maybe not. It's been a short time since our last session, but when we did have our last session, you all were still on the boat. You landed. In between that, you had a navigator, your dream navigator man, who Pimrin had previously convinced he was in a dream. I believe there was a conversation in which you convinced him that he symbolically, archetypically had to overcome, the struggles of his subconscious mind and have a character growth moment by just doing the exact thing you wanted him to do, which was navigating to the land. And then I think afterward, Pimrin convinced him that he woke up from a dream and his life has been a lie and this is his life now. Mm-hmm. And you gave him some gold and told him, "Be free, little bird, be free.
Go be fantasy Batman."
Yes.
That's your calling. Yeah.
There were some fish, I think, that were spoken with, who showed you all the whale road that you went on that sped up your voyage. The big Spaghetti-O Man has definitely just fizzled out of existence by now.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened a while ago.
Yeah, that's why we took the whale road.
Yes.
Pretty sure we paid off the crew.
Mm-hmm. You did pay off
and
the
made
crew.
sure the gold did not rain on the ship.
Yeah, the chosen one.
I guess. I did use chopsticks, though. The eye creature pissed off Salir, and Salir was talking about just tearing up the contract if it didn't just go under the water, and the thing said, "Oh, but I did go under the water," and Salir's like, "No, you were here the entire time." He's like, "Yeah, but I did though," and he's like, do what I say, or you don't get to use my house anymore," and eventually just left. I don't think anything more happened in regard to that.
No.
9 talked with some locals, I believe.
Yes, there was a little old lady who was like, "Oh, you have a ship. That's cool that you didn't die in the water. That's what people tend to do around these parts lately." And Nine's like, "Neat." He's like, "Which way is the front line?" She's like, "That way." And then Aaron said, "No, that doesn't make any sense." And Taylor said, "I actually meant this way." And then Aaron's like, "That doesn't make any sense either." And Taylor's like, "Oh, if only I had a map that I'd previously made that shows the locations of different things in relation to each other." And then I remembered those things. And then I said, I'm going to have all these answers the next time we play. And I'm like, wow, what a liar old Taylor was. I'm glad we don't have that person around anymore.
You listened to 3 hours worth of footage. How much of that time was spent looking at the map that you had made?
About 10 minutes.
Okay, so you did find it.
Well, there weren't any labels on the map.
That was the problem last time.
Yes, I couldn't find the version that has the labels on it. Because I think that may have been just in Foundry on my old hard drive.
So you would have had to look at some of the first.
Well, I would have had to figure out how to. I would have had to. I mean, yeah, and I would have had to squint and try to figure out where the text on it was, because usually the map was completely zoomed into a small geographical area. I don't think that we ever would have panned the map over to the place where you guys may or may not have gone at this time.
If I go back to the first episode and there's here's an overview of the map, guys.
We're going to spend the first 30 minutes talking about the geographic relationships between each kingdom. And if for some reason you guys ever needed to do this particular event in the future, it would be helpful for you to remember that this is the direction you're going.
That's going to be the first words of the first episode.
That probably exactly verbatim, yes. So you've come aground at the end of your journey, and the old lady told you that there is a windy road through the very dark and terrible woods that, you really should go if you want the safe way to the front lines where all the murder is happening.
The safe way to the murder.
The safe way to the murder, yes. If you took the straight path, surely you would get murdered just as surely as if you had taken a ship, across the water to get to this place in the first place. That was what she told you. This port city is not looking very good, despite being a port city. It doesn't seem like there's been
No casino?
hardly any. No casino, certainly. There haven't really been like any ships that have come through here recently. And by recently, I mean like probably within the last couple months. There's been very few supplies that have come in, and all of the ones that have come in probably have just been snatched up by the military. There are just very tired and weary and sick looking civilians kind of wobbling around on their little canes. Even if they're kids, they probably have little canes, but they're probably, just looking to pick your pocket.
But which direction is it?
That direction. It's to the east. That's where it is. That's where the front line is.
I like to imagine we had the map on the table this whole time. And then there was an argument. You went, you know what? There. All right.
You don't know where the pole of this planet is. East is wherever I say it is. The poles have shifted since the last planetary bombardment of cosmic power.
East is the other way because we're on the other side of the coin that is
Yes.
the world now, yeah.
That is how the flat Earth works.
Yeah.
No, it does.
Everything mirrors for some reason.
Yeah.
I have this and I need a reason to use it, so
Is that a D100?
it's a 60.
That's a D60.
Why?
It was like $1, so I bought it.
For what?
Don't look at me like that.
Just jealous.
Sad I didn't bring the R20.
This is where I put the one.
Did you bring the R20?
Jesus. Why do you also have one?
Because she gave me it.
Of course.
Yours is
So
bigger than mine.
For when you want to say you have a D100, but you also want to cheat.
I think they're the same
my gosh.
size.
They're a less than practical object.
well, I got a 17.
I got 26.
There we go.
You win.
What do I win?
They're the same size.
The grand prize.
Cool. Now
So-
Amanda will really be jealous.
Having come to land, what is your intention? What is your plan? War.
Yes, I believe war. Were we trying to bring peace to the war? Or
We were trying to bring war to the war until we outwar
Lost
the
track
war.
of what we were supposed to be doing a long time
We're
ago.
looking for like a saint that was over here, I think.
There was supposedly the saint who is known as the soldier may or may not be involved at all with this war, based on the previous history that all of you, maybe except for Pimran, know just by like living here. Apparently, the soldier has like slaughtered entire armies by himself in the past and like
Yeah, me
completely
too.
stopped the. I mean, yeah.
We just need to tell him to not go insane, and then we're good.
So it's perhaps you're a little skeptical of the idea that he is like fighting on the front lines of a battle against a nation that, as far as you're aware, just has like flamethrowers as the height of their magical technology.
Do we know anything about who's on the front lines? Are the monster hunters on this one?
They're gone.
All the ones here too?
There was probably some propaganda about the monster hunters helping, but like, how could they possibly have any kind of like influence after the many forms of decimation that he performed against their ranks in
all the
purely
monster
self-defense?
hunters got destroyed twice, and then reformed, and then destroyed again.
They're very
I thought
persistent
we were the
creatures.
monster hunters then.
I
What's
think
left?
we're all of them now. Or you're all of them now.
Yeah, specifically Salir is the monster
I
hunter's name.
don't think I was
I
ever
think
one.
Nine is Nine a monster hunter?
I think he
okay,
was an
you too.
independent contractor.
I was both.
You can't be an independent contractor and a monster hunter.
Yeah, I can.
Then what's independent about you?
Sometimes I kill people.
It's killed a lot of people.
So you're just a
what?
monster hunter with hobbies.
Hobbies that pay.
Okay, so it's just these two, I guess. They're the entirety of the monster hunter.
He just double dips and charges his contract fee.
Who's he gonna charge now, Solaire?
That's
The other, like, 75% of the remaining monster hunters are random bureaucrats who only exist to pay out Solir and Nine.
We have a lot
This
of vouchers.
is not a metaphor for Twitter.
Where does the income come from?
That's a very good question.
I don't know. All the income in the world got wiped out like 3 times. We're just ignoring it.
The monster hunters actually have a lot more going on than just monster hunting. They just call themselves that so that they look like only a
This
monster hunter.
entire world.
It was the case a while ago, probably not anymore.
The entire world is gonna fall into one big plot hole, and it'll just.
Well, that happened a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
Eventually, it'll be too much for your brain to handle, and you'll just be like,
Oh, that happened a long time ago.
I stopped being able to count on one hand the number of times Nine has looked at God and gone, "What the fuck happened to anything?"
Yeah. So, yes, you can go to the front line.
Yeah, well, we're
If
here
you're-
sightseeing anyways. Might
Yes.
as well water, yeah.
If your goal is to, there are a lot of flies. That was not the case like 2 days ago. Were they all like living on the pomegranate that I brought home?
Maybe they're here for
sounds
lemon
right.
juice.
We're trying to find the Mr. Saint.
You're trying to find the Mr. Soldier Saint.
Yes.
War was our only.
The war was your only lead. Well, that is a lead.
Running the look.
Are you intending to just like immediately set off? It's like probably early morning. Are you gonna go the path that was recommended to you? That's the the road, or are you just gonna march straight for it?
well, 2 of us can fly.
Or are you gonna just fly straight for it?
I have a horse
Pretty good at navigating
Can the
local
horse
terrain
fly?
and stuff.
with the right spell.
Do you have the right spell?
No.
Then you suck.
I guess Solir could like walk over trees. And
Yeah.
I guess walking around would.
Well, we can
probably be
kind
more
of
efficient.
suspend Solaire in a swing between us. Not
He
the
could just
horse.
stand on it, like he
I
could.
don't think Pimmer can help with that. It's too
If-
small.
Is Solir able to like stand sideways on the horse? And how much of a burden would that put on the horse? Like, how much stress do the spider climbing boots put on whatever you're attached to?
Why would he have to be standing on it?
Because then he like doesn't have to
You
like
just
walk
stand on the
himself.
side of the
I
horse.
could just get a horse.
You could just get a horse, I guess.
And
If they
stay
haven't
beside
eaten them all
it, yeah.
You
here,
said the town didn't have anything, so.
they probably any like
Just
horse
tie
that
two
is
dudes
worth
together.
horsiness has probably been
Tie who
appropriate.
together?
2 dudes.
I'm just
Like the
imagining.
I'm concerned with Nine's bondage.
Even if you
obsession.
had spider climb boots, like the core and ankle strength to stay
Right.
perfectly out. from
Like, there's
all
got to
the
be some kind of like secondary enchantment here, specifically on it's actually like really powerful body enchantment magic.
It's awesome. I like that solution instead of it just like shift your gravity here. No. Very powerful body.
It turns you into Superman in a very limited way.
Yeah.
You have the bell now.
I think one of you has it.
Oh, I don't. I don't use
I gave it to
the damn
somebody
bell.
previously. We could say.
I think
You
he gave
had
it.
at one point.
I think he used it last.
We left
Maybe
it
I
on
used
the boat.
last for the gold.
Oh, I don't know.
I think you're probably right for the gold. Yeah. Well, who needs it at the moment?
We need a horse.
And instead of just asking the town,
Yeah.
we're going to summon him.
We need a horse
Do you
for
get a-
our friend
get
here.
a flying
Specifically
horse?
one that. Oh, a flying
A
horse.
flying horse.
They make those? Mm-hmm. I saw flying snakes. Can you get a flying snake?
Just a flying mount of some sort.
Yes, I
Like, it
could.
doesn't have to be a
Like a
horse.
flying carpet.
Or flying carpet. That would also be very convenient, yeah.
But not a
So,
teeny tiny
which
thing.
one of all of these is preferred? If you only need one.
Well, it's for Salir, so.
Well, and him too, I guess, since he doesn't have a flying
He's
horse.
gonna ride his horse.
He's gonna be left behind.
Can you get a mount big enough for the horse to ride on it and then.
Well, that is very doable.
Okay, perfect.
Is it? I thought big objects were difficult.
Yes, but not in that way.
Okay.
You'll just need to wait a while for this one to grow, because it is quite small at the moment. But give it a few decades, and it will be large enough for your steed to ride on without issue.
Can you get like a flying carpet big enough for a horse to stand on?
If you mean one which is impelled by magic, that would be far too heavy for me to manage.
Is there a flying carpet that's...
There is one that has been thrown by a person. I assume that is not the one which you are asking for.
How come every time I pet your cat, I touched his tooth and then he ran away?
Because he's got rotten teeth. And he likes shoving his face into people's hands, which creates a conundrum for him.
Because it hurts his teeth.
Yeah.
Poor teeth. Well, I suppose we could just fall back to a horse if.
Just a horse.
Well, would a flying horse be?
A flying horse? I believe I could abduct a flying horse, yes.
Can you get wings for his horse?
Just wings.
Not ones which are functional, unless you would also like me to abduct a surgeon capable of facilitating the transfer.
How about just a great big slingshot pass?
Your horse isn't really a horse, right?
It is.
He could just stick the horse in his pocket at any time, and
It's a spiritual
Just
horse.
a bucket of
So why
wings with a
can't
horse.
you just tell your horse to have wings?
It doesn't work like that.
it can only horse. It's
I also can't just pocket the horse.
That sounds like a skill issue.
So how similar should this horse that you desire be to this horse? I'm hearing that this horse is quite limited.
It just needs to be something he can ride on through the air in the direction he wants to go.
Under its own power, not having been impelled by
yes.
another, yes. I did hear mention of a slingshot.
Well, if it also comes with a slingshot, then we can do it that way too.
All right.
Are you trying to get me killed?
A little bit.
You survived a slingshot before, you just went to space.
So a moment later, a Pegasus just kind of drops from the sky in the middle of all of you and is just kind of like screaming
Scream.
in anger.
Like obscenities?
Mate, can you speak horse?
No. Is it
I
just
mean, it probably speaks
is
celestial,
it
doesn't
speaking
it?
I
horse?
cast speak with animals. Is it
Okay,
screaming?
1 second.
Is it a celestial and not a beast?
It speaks celestial, common, elvish, and sylvan, but cannot speak.
What?
Oh.
It understands but can't speak.
If
He
you
said
cast speak with animals, then I mean, it's a celestial, but I'm gonna say that it's speaking in such a horse-like manner that it seems it would be very dumb to not.
It speaks horse in cursive.
Yes.
Your horse prose is very strange.
It speaks an old horse.
It is
Horse
ranting. How long does it take to cast speak with animals?
I think it's just an action.
Okay.
I can double check that. But yeah, it's just an action.
Okay. It catches itself before it slams into the ground, and it's just kind of like hovering there, and it's screaming like a battle chant about how it will rip out the spine of the great demon lord, incomprehensible name.
So we've just taken this from battle already?
Yes.
Hello, friend.
Knows where
Hi.
to go.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. I need to level up 3 more times before I can do
Its
it.
head snaps toward you, and its beady eyes an arrow.
Hi. We
What?
Let's just level up.
Well, I'm hoping we can be friends. You sound rather agitated at the moment, but know that you are amongst people who respect you and care for you right in this moment.
Thou hast conjured me.
Yeah, that was us. Yeah, that's correct. Actually, technically, it was. Is the eye guy still? Did he turn into a bell, or is he?
Once the horse says this, the eye guy turns back into a bell.
Well, I guess technically we summoned you. Yeah, that's true.
Be thankful you didn't come with a slingshot.
I start in talking to horse like, look at this nerd. Horse is like,
I do not feel very bound. What manner
No, of course
are
not.
you going to use to keep me from devouring each and every one of you and then returning home?
I could just stab you.
You can't, yeah, I'm speaking with animals.
No, he just said that.
Nine just understands horse and
I can tell when a horse is giving
Your horse can understand his speech. If you can communicate with horse, then you can translate for
I
you.
communicate with horse telepathically. Horse is technically a celestial. It all matches.
Well, yeah, but
I don't
beyond
speak with
him stabbing you, which
Well,
I
we
would
just have
prefer to
earphones.
avoid.
Oh, we have earworms.
I was hoping that.
So the earworms are not going to help you in this particular instance.
That's literally
I don't
what they're
feel like
for.
I have to justify it. I'm sorry.
You absolutely have to justify
Beast
it.
is not a language.
Celestial is a language, and that's what it's speaking.
It's
No,
speaking
speaking
beast.
old horse.
It is speaking horse. It can understand celestial, but it can't speak it.
Oh, the worms can't translate.
They cannot speak for animals unless those animals are also earworms.
Despite a worm being an animal.
Yeah, if it was an earworm speaking, if it gained sapience, then they could translate that.
Are eyeworms seeing anything cool at least?
Your eyeworms will see
Eyeworm.
the Pegasus looks like it's all of its like its little Pegasus hairs are all like prismatic, and it kind of has this like rainbow sheen to it that regular eyes are not going to
You've
see.
given yourself a lot of mechanics to keep up with.
Yes, I have. I rely on you to remind me which ones I've introduced.
But
Eyeworm.
I was hoping that we could just have a nice conversation, and I could convince you to assist us instead of having to mess with any, binding or
It's just that she
forcing
doesn't
you.
have a place
Well, what
for
is your mission?
infections and
Well,
parasites.
we are on our way to
adding it to
the
senses.
war front in that direction.
And who are you? And who is your enemy?
We're the monster hunters, right? That's what we're
Everybody
still
the enemy?
We have a lot of enemies, but you don't have to be one.
We pretty much fought everybody except the casino.
What are your
was a
opinions on
yeah.
devils?
I'm against them. I'm against that. Any of that business. Yeah.
What is your opinion on the Grand Court of the Midnight Sun?
I'm for it.
Heretic!
Well, darn it. All I know is ants and mazes and pterosaurs and fish. I'm a little out of my depth here.
It raises its mighty hooves and tries to bonk you with them. Does a 14 hit?
I'm pretty sure that misses. Let me double check. That does just barely miss.
Oh, it seems you are a mightier warrior than I first anticipated.
I think you got some of the dirt out of my hair there. I think that was close.
He just kind of stands there awkwardly for a moment, clearly anticipating that you're going to try to attack it back.
So sorry for the whole heresy thing. That's my bad.
You are forgiven.
Oh, sweet. Okay, great. So that's all
I
have to
assume you
say.
don't actually know what it is.
No, I do not. Like I said, ants, mazes, fish, and that's and lion. That's basically all I know. And
Sun lions?
and what?
Sun lions.
Oh no, sorry, lying.
Oh, lying. Sun.
But I wouldn't lie to you, of course. No, definitely not.
It's going to stare deeply into your soul and try to.
I'm glad I rolled it. It's gonna try to what?
It tries to stare deeply into your soul and figure out whether you are lying to it at this moment. Wow, it's like looking in a mirror. There's not much there. Huh.
I'm surprised you can see much under all the dirt. I mean,
Yes, you are quite filthy.
yeah, I washed it off. It comes right back. It's crazy.
Well, then who is your enemy? Ant hill-dwelling creature.
Well, I'm not one of them. You see, I am sick of the ants and their mazes and
Oh, so your enemies are the ants.
Yes, my enemies are the ants and the mazes that the ants are in. Yes. What are your enemies? Like I said, we're kind of a lot of things, but
Nine, who are we supposed to be fighting?
We're making sure this saint hasn't gone insane like the last one.
oh yeah, that's important.
I don't think we've come across anybody else here yet. Nine hasn't pissed anybody off yet.
Oh, in this place? No, not yet.
All the civilians are just kind of standing at a very safe distance and gawking at the scene. They seem to be quite enjoying the sight.
Yes. Yeah. Suppose we have
Yeah.
a lot of enemies, but I think they're all dead. We don't tend to let them live.
That's true. We were mainly hoping for a rather simple favor from you, honestly. We don't need all of your effort or might. We just need, our friend here is not blessed with the powers of flight, and we're going on a short journey, and we figured it would be extremely helpful.
Dare to ask that I allow a filthy mortal to ride me as a common mule?
No, this one, not the filthy one.
He could, and he could stand sideways on you instead of riding you like a mule if you prefer that.
He could ride side saddle like a lady.
If you perhaps offered a token gift to display your devotion to the hosts of heaven, perhaps I might repay with a similar token.
I can give you a pound of sawdust. What does a coked up Pegasus look like?
He's going to try to figure out what you mean by that just by staring at you, rather than by asking.
Let him taste a sample.
His tongue snakes out of his mouth and pokes the sawdust and slithers back. Oh, you are offering me performance-enhancing chemicals. I'm afraid where I do my best work, I do not have a body. This is quite useless to me.
Have you heard of the powers of guns before?
No.
Well, you see, I've got this one here, and I don't use it all that often. I take out the lightning gun I got previously, and I don't know. Maybe you could fire this with your tongue or something. Here.
He just he sprouts an arm and takes the gun.
Yeah, so you just point it and you pull that little device there in the handle, and yeah, it just.
I see.
Not everything can just sprout arms.
He can. A Pegasus from the celestial realm can. He's got wings. Have you ever seen a horse with wings? Where do you think those came from? He sprouted them.
If anything can, this can.
He points the gun
When everything
at just like a nearby boulder and pulls the trigger.
the most easily
And the lightning
justified,
blasts
though.
out of it. His eyes grow wide. He says, "Yes, this will be a pleasing gift indeed."
Oh, perfect. There we go.
I was gonna have Horace roll to seduce him.
Can I have one of their babies?
3.
Oh,
Nay, says Horace.
he rolled
The
so low,
Pegasus
horse
just
didn't even
looks
want
at
to.
Horse in contempt.
Horse uses too much modern horse slang for the
Yes.
old horse on his
Oh, look, a peasant.
He was looking for what doth thou and got. Hey, yo, bitch.
I could turn into a really sexy horse.
Does Ashit know what a really sexy horse looks like?
Yes.
Or is this just Ashit's opinion of what a really sexy horse would be?
Yes.
Okay.
long flowing mane
Ask
from
how
like
I
a.
should know
Can
some
you-
sexy horse looks
How do I know that that's what he was even
Can you
trying
please
to do?
roll me insight and then animal handling?
Okay.
That'd be good.
We've already given it a good game.
Are you going to turn into a gnome horse?
Insight is 20. Insight's 23. What was the other one?
Animal handling.
Those are two things that I have.
She's handled some animals, I
That's 22.
Alright, so you turn into a horse.
The serious campaign.
Yes.
I'm a beautiful horse.
And the Pegasus is.
Yeah.
Is that a dragon? It seems to have
I'm kind of,
conniving powers of shapeshiftery.
give it bedroom eyes.
Yeah, that is our traveling dragon companion. Yes.
Can we not write My Little Pony fan?
Your ensorceling wiles will not work today, dragon.
Oh, don't
Perhaps we
worry.
will meet on the fields of battle in future.
I've been called a dragon. He just gets called a lizard.
You're closer to being a dragon than he is.
Poetic.
Very well. The Pegasus cocks the gun and says, I will bear your spider-footed companion as we approach this battle.
Can I turn into a Pegasus now?
No, it is not a beast.
We appreciate your gift of convenience very much.
surprised
you
you get
should.
that from 3 sources.
You could turn really rapidly into both a horse and an eagle, and it would look kind of like a Pegasus. But I don't know that you have like very many uses of wild shape to like
No,
have a
not
high
for
enough
that,
frame
no.
rate.
The druid's frame rates.
You gotta get up to a level 20 druid and then have like haste applied to you or something to really
Yes.
sell it.
Where is this enemy? These ants.
Yeah, about that ways.
Excellent. You raise your hoof.
To turn into a beast, does it have to be a beast that exists in nature, or can it be one that I saw that's unnatural?
If it's unnatural, it's probably classified as an aberration rather than a beast.
So if I took like a monkey and grafted wings onto it, it wouldn't count.
No, that would be an aberration.
Monstrosity.
We've been over this.
I'm
many
sure we
times.
have, but not with him.
No, he was there at least a couple of times.
But was he in charge?
Once.
Oh,
So,
remember my stupid-
because I'm never going to have an opportunity to talk about this again, that was something that I found just incredibly stupid about Wicked. We have monkeys with wings in universe, but then the witch decides to take monkeys and graft wings onto them for no good reason so that we can have the winged monkeys that we see in Wizard of Oz. Anyway, back to the game.
thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Why? Such a stupid book.
I don't think anybody here knows what you're talking about.
It's okay.
I appreciated the rant though.
Anytime you want to just vent, we're here. That's what we're here for.
So I assume, Solaire, that you get on the Pegasus.
Sure, seems safe.
Yeah.
How would you like to ride the Pegasus?
Stand on one wing and just.
You gotta be under the wing for the best experience.
I think you just ride it bareback like
Okay.
a horse.
On the horn.
You gotta like have your legs propped to the
What
sides so
horn?
that you have the flats of your
Does it
feet
have a horn?
on the sides.
I have-
so that you'll be sure you'll stay on.
It's not a My Little Pony.
It had a horn in my head.
It doesn't have a horn. This is not a
that would
powerful
be-
enough Pegasus.
That would be an alicorn.
Is that an actual thing, or did they just make that up for My Little Pony?
Everyone looks at him.
I don't necessarily want that on my search history.
That depends on which lore you're looking at. Right now, I'm busy checking to see
Okay.
if a flying monkey is a beast. It is.
Oh,
Your correction outed you, though.
if a flying monkey is a beast, then you may turn into a flying monkey if you've seen one before.
I doubt it.
Yeah, let's. Okay, so
I
we're
mean,
gonna do
I've
a
been around
roll.
a
We're
long
gonna do a
time.
roll to see how likely. Yeah, we're gonna do opposed D60 rolls.
Nice.
Why?
Okay.
All right, everybody be
The first one is how likely are they to just exist in the universe?
We need a flatter surface.
You do be rolling though.
11:56. Who wins? Like,
That's a very good question. So they
just
exist.
flip a coin with
They
nothing
exist, but not
attached
on
to
this
the-
planet.
I've been to other planets.
You have. Now we're gonna roll to see if they exist on the planet that you've been to.
Okay, hang on.
Unicorns do not have wings. Pegasus do not have horns.
Yes, we
So-
already knew that.
Okay, that one has 44 and this one has a 16.
It's important in D&D lore.
They have existed on the planet you've been to, but you didn't see them.
Damn, you should have let us
Somebody
wander
probably
around more.
described them to you, and you're like, "Oh boy, I want to see one of those." And then Aaron's like, "We're getting out of here as soon as we possible."
Yeah, I bet the witch prince.
Why?
Yeah, the Witch Prince probably has lots of them.
Why did you say my real name? Like, oh yeah, it's Aaron's fault. The fun was ruined.
Alex just says, "Who's Aaron?"
The one series.
Who's talking right now?
It's the mushroom voices.
I don't like that the DM is signaling me. Yeah, we would have found flying monkeys if not for Aaron.
The important thing is that you know that they exist, so you can have one abducted and brought to you, so you can turn into it.
I know they exist, but I've never seen one.
Yes.
Okay.
So, are you going to do any thing in town before just heading off?
There's no casino?
There is no casino. You are not in Casino Town. Is winged monkey a thing from an actual book?
Yep.
What book was it from?
Oh, I gotta go back to that. I was busy looking up the alicorn bullshit. It's in Wiktionary, but the third picture is My Little Pony, so I'm not sure how that works.
Flying monkey?
No, alicorn.
Oh, okay.
He's busy with his My Little Ponies over there.
Well, regardless of if it's in a book or not, flying monkeys are no canon because we've gotten to that point. There's no going back.
Don't interfere with Brony Aaron's mission here.
Are you going to try to weasel anything else from anybody in town?
I know things.
Yeah.
Oh, I recognize this art. Yeah, this is from an official book.
I like that
Actually,
you
it's
start
an
by drawing
alicorn.
a ravioli.
Tomb of Annihilation.
If you laugh, you know too much.
Winged of monkey? No. Or are you guys just heading out immediately?
I was
Guess so.
waiting for the results of the flying monkey thing. I don't know why we were looking it up.
They're huge monstrosities.
What the fuck?
The winged monkeys?
Yes.
Why are they huge?
Are they?
It doesn't sound right. I mean,
Well, let me. Maybe there's multiple sizes of them, and they
I hope so.
Tomb of Annihilation, two adorable creatures, the El Mirage and the Flying Monkey. They can be familiars. So probably not
You
huge.
need one as a familiar.
I don't have
The monkey is a small creature, not a tiny creature.
See,
So that's not the one I was
if
looking
only
at.
you had taken the right,
All right. Well, I'm.
feet there, you could have a familiar.
It could be the familiar.
The next time you get to choose a feat, get the Find Familiar spell, and there you go.
Well, for using Tasha's voice.
There's definitely someone who's. There's definitely a character you can make that's just a Pokemon trainer. They have like Flying Steed and Find Familiar, and they
I mean,
nothing but
wasn't
contact
that
animals.
Oshit's character in your campaign?
No. No, they just ate people.
Which was the one where
You know I wasn't Oshit in his campaign.
the line between player and character has clearly become very thin in my mind over the last 15 minutes?
It's always just you.
Yeah. They have pack tactics. That's fun.
They swarm.
Yeah, that's true.
They're small beasts unaligned.
This is
If
why
you like
can
having
rush 3 hours
1d6
and not
maximum
accomplish
HP, then I guess have fun.
They
If you
still
get
have to
one.
throw shit like a regular monkey.
Yes, and you will have to actually see one before you can turn into it. It's-
Good to know.
I'm pretty sure if we send what's his name out to find you a flying monkey, he can find you one of whatever size you want.
So now all but one of us can fly there.
Yes. 9 and horse both cannot fly. What if you put the winged boots on the spider? You don't have winged boots. You have spider climb boots. What if
I have winged boots.
Yes. What if you? I mean, yeah. What if you put the winged boots on horse and then have both of you sit on horse?
I ride on Nine's back, Nine rides on horses.
Yes.
There is a stipulation in the rules that you have to have the kind of limbs that use the item appropriately.
What if you just tie the limbs together so he only has?
No. No. He's going like that.
What if a horse stands on its hind legs the entire time and just
Yes.
flies?
He thinks he's.
Horse wheelie?
Look at me, I are human. Durther.
He says
This is how you guys look.
Dumps Nine off the back but flies.
Indeed.
I have very powerful thighs.
So, what are your plans for keeping up with everybody else's
What if I
flying?
do pass off the boots to Nine temporarily and then I just ride on Nine's back?
I mean, that would work.
What's your move speed when flying?
Your move speed.
I'm faster on a horse.
So you would have your
60
base move speed. So you could just drive horse.
Ride double with me on the Pegasus.
That's true too.
So the Pegasus has
90 fly speed.
That's a lot of fly speed. Yes.
Pegasus will zoom and everyone else will go normal speed.
Yes.
Like
So we can go fight the fight. Because, I mean, we didn't need him last time.
Can I turn into some
He
kind of
just laid on the
flying
ground and,
You could turn into a flying mountain if you have one that would work. Do you have one that would work?
I don't know. I don't really know what my options are.
For flying mounts?
Yeah.
Not a lot. Giant something.
Giant eagle.
I feel like Find Greater State is probably the best list of that.
Right.
Yeah, and I can't do that for 3 levels.
Why don't you just
Yes,
level
fine,
yourself up and who
Should've
does the
played hard.
difference?
Because we don't track AXP. Things just happen and we gain 5
A
levels.
giant
I
eagle
can't
is a large
control it.
beast. Language is giant eagle.
What's it CR
Understands
though?
common in RN. What's that?
What's it CR?
CR1.
Oh, I think I can do one.
Have you seen an eagle but
Yeah.
big?
Probably. I've been around a long time.
I'll say if you have seen the regular version of an animal that's just a giant version, you can turn into that giant version.
That will never come back to haunt you.
No, never.
What about the huge version?
It once Ashit can turn into
As long as it's
huge
under
beasts,
CR1.
then yes.
There are a lot of insects that would make absolutely terrifying things in a huge form.
I
You
have
would
a
think
spell that
so.
can
And then
turn
they're like, oh
insects
no, a
into huge
cat does
form.
more damage than me.
Like, I can just do that to an insect.
Oh, God.
So Ashit can turn into a giant eagle.
Pimmery could ride the giant eagle and give the boots to the horse.
The horse cannot wear
He
the
can
boots,
give the boots
unfortunately.
to 9 and 9
Resummon.
will pocket the horse.
You can't just pocket the horse.
Unhorse the
How
horse.
long does it take you to
And then
summon the
rehorse
horse
the
again?
horse.
A long time.
It's like a minute.
Is it
Zoomed
an
them out.
hour?
Less than
an
we've been
hour.
arguing about.
Like, we're never doing anything. We can't sit there and. You spend like hours at a time fucking napping while we're doing things. What the hell difference does it make?
Can you just be conjuring it while we're on the way and then we'll
The other
can
element
get there
of
and
it
there it
is that the boots would only allow 9 to go much slower than the rest of you.
we'll pull
And like
along with the
you would
rope.
legitimately probably be
just-
more mobile on horse, not flying.
The Pegasus can go the fastest, right?
Yes.
So if we all kind of daisy chain
You can also
off
go-
of the Pegasus.
Wait,
you can go 80 feet fly
Oh, okay.
speed.
what if we just get there ahead of 9 and then summon him with the bell? Deduct him.
Whoever said fastest can just do that.
Yeah, just go there ahead and summon
You
us.
go with the Pegasus.
All right, Pegasus,
and the
here's
bell.
our bell. Go ahead. Please don't do anything
You're a
we
genius.
don't ask you to do.
I'm just gonna start riding my horse.
I'd give him inspiration.
Can we give him the tail?
Give him what?
Can you abduct the
We'll
tail?
get the guy with the blue guy to bring him a tail.
Bring him a tail. I'm not sure if we can attach it, but
Lands next to the wings.
We have established there is a surgeon who can just like attach things to people's bodies, according to the eye guy. So, or he seemed to think
Could
there was
put
one.
wings on a monkey.
Yes, that was the specific example he gave. I think.
I don't think so.
I mean,
Or putting wings on the horse, one of the two.
You
Yes,
should just
wings
catch
for
flying
horse.
fish.
I haven't seen any of those around here. But
go.
I'm already
Where?
trotting away at
Pegasus
100.
take the bell.
Take the bell and summon us.
Okay, I don't know where the war is.
He does.
Pegasus doesn't. Pegasus is busy
It's
fighting some
east.
devil thing.
We're going to fight ants apparently. They must be very large and in very large numbers.
it's really the mazes that are the problem. But the answer.
Is it? What time is it?
Early morning.
Go toward the sun.
That's south.
That's up.
I smacked
The
mine.
sun is not.
Can't. I left
It's
10
only
minutes
south
ago.
of-
Why did you leave? Where are you going?
I'm going to the war.
Follow
going
him.
east.
But don't follow him.
Well,
Pass
you
him.
realize I don't have to go any faster than he's going.
That's why you go ahead.
take the bell and then you summon us when you get there.
I can navigate. I'll ride with you.
Good, you know where the hell we're going. I don't know where we're going.
When did Pimmer become the smart
So
one?
Pimrin and Salir get on the Pegasus.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit here, I
Put my
guess.
boots
by
back
myself.
on.
And you can
I
go
thought you were
east.
flying with us.
No, you can go way faster than I can.
You could just try turn into
Ever
an
so
ant
slightly
and just sit on
faster
the
than you
Pegasus.
can.
How fast can you go as a hawk?
Did I already eagle?
You tell me.
No.
Okay. Then you didn't.
Okay, fine. But not an ant. I'm gonna be a squirrel.
Okay, you're a squirrel.
That's my go-to.
Congratulations, you're a squirrel that does not have a flying speed of 80 feet.
Hope I don't fall.
You could have been a flying squirrel.
That's not how flying squirrels work.
At least if you fell, you'd probably.
Yeah, that'd be like a
Better off.
parachuting squirrel.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be a parachuting squirrel.
You're a
paratrooper
parachuting
squirrel.
squirrel. There is on D&D Wiki, there's a greater flying squirrel that has a fly speed of 60 feet.
I don't want to be a giant flying
Go to a wiki.
That's not how flying squirrels
Do you
work.
have to change back to a human before you can
I'll
change?
go straight from
So
animal
you
to
could be
animal.
like a flying squirrel and tactical bear strike as a flying squirrel.
Yeah.
When the squirrel flies, it cannot ascend. That's good to know.
You gotta time that shit right since you fly all 500 feet a second.
Yeah.
The squirrel's not going to. The
So,
squirrel's just going to
I'm gonna
glide.
glide gracefully to the enemy. The bear.
You've never been a flying squirrel before. It's going to be a lot of, oh shit, how do
You don't know. I spent a lot of time in the woods. I made
All right. Pegasus.
Squirrel away.
you fly.
Good.
a lot
I'm
of
glad you're
trees.
steering.
As you rise above the tree line, you can see in the far distance, there's looks like thunder clouds with what may or may not be like red bits of lightning crackling, you know?
That looks like where we're going.
Yes, it does. Looks like there's devilish deeds at work here after
Yeah,
all.
probably.
What voice was I using for it? That's not the voice I was using for it. Yes, perhaps these ants are quite devilish after all.
Yeah, I think it was.
You're under 4 voices.
So, how good's your eyesight? Can you like see over there from here already, or?
I can see the clouds.
Okay,
Yes.
same. Yeah, I just didn't know if you could see the ants from here or not.
No.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Well,
It's probably going to be like 20 minutes.
yeah, it's flying up here and traveling like this. There's not as much like scenery around you to look at, and all the scenery down there stays kind of the same because above it.
Your mortal plane is depressing. It's not very decorative.
Yeah, it's too maze-like. I've been saying that. Yeah.
That's not a word I would use to describe it.
Stay here long enough, and you'll
The
see.
mortals do look like ants down below, so I understand
Yeah.
the comparison.
That's true.
I suppose after a fashion, the cities are like little mazes for little ants. To be stamped out without discrimination by superior beings. I begin to understand your mission.
Pegasus develops throat cancer.
That's what living on the mortal plane will do to you.
How do we know which
That's why the
side we're
Neverborn don't want to be
fighting against? Are we
born.
going to scuff at both?
Yeah, I don't know that we're on a specific side, really. I think we're just looking for the big, powerful one that's probably generating all that magic.
Oh, so
Isn't there likely to be one of those on each side?
Is there? I guess.
Otherwise, there wouldn't be any fight because he'd
That's
just wipe
true.
everybody out all the time.
Maybe we'll knock two out with one stone. Here.
I feel like the entire trip, Horace is with an inferiority complex bitching.
So
I bet he's so full of his
Are you still a sexy horse now?
No, it's
so
actually
9
squirrel.
is
Oh, you've changed into a sexy squirrel now. Okay.
Is it a sexy squirrel in the same way that the horse was a sexy horse? Like, was your intention to make it a sexy squirrel for the sake of the Pegasus?
Every time I turn into something, I'm the sexiest possible version of that thing.
Okay. If that's your goal,
Not
please
for
give me
you.
insight and animal handling
You're
again.
not supposed to be attracted to squirrels, you freaking weirdo.
I don't put it by you that you've spent a lot of time as a squirrel studying other squirrels and what they're into.
That was
been
just
around
like
a long time.
a portion of the plot of Once and Future King by Mr. T.H. White.
13.
13 for the insight.
Oh, I thought you said animal
Okay,
handling.
insight and then animal handling,
Oh,
please.
that 13 for the animal
All right, so that's your first one. How about your animal handling?
16.
Okay.
23.
Why did I do this?
You
Oh,
think you're a
23.
pretty sexy squirrel.
Okay, I hope so.
You could just be jacked every time and you'd be fine.
So you're riding through the dark forest, just completely disregarding the path, as you should be.
And where are you?
In your pocket.
And like 20 minutes into your ride, there's just like a snake just kind of sitting on a branch. It's just looking at you real funny. It looks quite offended as you pass by it.
Here we go.
The Cheshire Snake.
That's what it gets. Minding its own damn business.
Didn't this happen once before?
He's just made a lifelong
That sounds
enemy that
familiar.
will eventually kill him.
Nah, I'm resistant to poison.
Can you make me a perception roll, please?
Are you resistant to constricting?
Yeah.
Oh. You know, that's a thing.
19.
Only when he's not in an
A
anti-magic.
dark shape blurs through the underbrush at you, and you like see it coming. You're like, what a dumbass. It's going to try to just like
Sword
battering
first.
ram
I just put a
Mr.
sword in
the
front of
side.
it.
I mean, you can try to attack it once it's your turn. Like here, you know, it's a little
We should roll initiative.
It definitely doesn't surprise you. You got a 12.
I got a 7.
Then, unfortunately, you cannot put your sword out in time. And it's going to try to just blast Horse in the side with its massive head. It doesn't hit, I assume, if Horse has at least 11 AC.
Horse has armor.
That's what I assumed. Like, this creature just slams into Horse, and you hear the sound of several bones breaking. Horse seems completely fine. It looks like there's just like a really jacked
Squirrel.
snake with legs that just smashed its head into Horse's side.
That's
And is just kind of standing there.
I'm gonna cut him.
Please make me an attack.
19.
You hit. It's not a lizard, it's a snake with legs. Completely different things. The body's completely shaped different.
15 damage.
You kill it.
That's what it gets. Fuck nature.
You encounter no more snakes for the rest of your ride.
That's what it gets.
That was an endangered species.
Yeah, because it met me.
After about 20 minutes ish, the Pegasus has come within sight of the battleground. You see a couple hundred smoldering corpses just kind of laying around. They mostly seem to be people not dressed like the soldiers that I guess. How many of you would have actually seen the soldiers from Wiltz? That would have been definitely Salir. 9, would you have encountered any of the soldiers from this neighboring nation that's been in a mildly cold war for the last like couple decades?
At least enough to know uniforms.
Then you would, yeah, certainly.
I'm pretty ingrained into society and murder.
That probably would have been part of his education.
Probably yes.
Okay.
Good guy, bad guy, sometimes guy, bad guy. I know I said good guy yesterday, but definitely bad guy. Pimrin, would you have any knowledge of this?
I don't think so. Perrin has traveled around to like pretty much all of the coastal cities of this continent, but I don't know that he would have cared that much about
Right.
that. So he's probably seen them, but
And you're ready to ask? Ah, shit.
No,
Okay.
not a clue.
So, two of you are aware that lots of these corpses that you're seeing are not wearing the colors that you would associate with the neighboring nation. Mm-hmm. There definitely seems to be a like you see like a camp that has a bunch of banners flying that are the colors are more like you would expect to see. You don't see like any battle currently happening, and you don't see any sign of any other soldiers or weapons or big beasties. There is the big old storm overhead, and there's the red lightning crackling in it.
So these are different sort soldiers than the ones we put up in the orphanage.
The ones that are the corpses seem to be different than those.
Okay.
And the encampment is like just a whole bunch of tents and wagons and horses. There isn't like any kind of real fortification around it. Seems like they've maybe been here for a bit. There's a couple like well-worn paths that go from their camp into the woods. It looks like they've cut down a bunch of trees. You can't see what they would have used those trees for outside of like firewood, but it seems like they've cut down way too many trees for that.
How sexy are these horses?
It's too difficult to tell from this distance.
Maybe we can entice the Pegasus to hang around with a orgy.
The comeliness stat is going to make the
The
comeback
Pegasus
here.
would lower itself to have an orgy with
The
more
Pegasus is definitely like way far ahead of 9 at this point. So what will you all do?
Well, do we want to sit down here a little closer to things and summon down here? Do we want to get right in the thick of it, summon them there? Also, maybe we should summon them outside so we can strategize.
There's some peaceful and quiet with that hit.
Well, it probably won't be peaceful as we get closer to
A bell that just summons a really angry dude on a war horse. Your enemies.
I don't know. I don't think it really matters all that.
All right, let's sit down here. Once we're somewhat close to what's going on.
Are you going to like stay within the tree line so you're intending to be moderately hidden? I mean, I guess you were flying over the trees for all this time, so if they have any kind of like lookout, they may have already seen you.
Yeah, we probably don't need to be that stealthy, but
So which one's the one we're supposed to kill?
that we do need to figure out at some point. Probably something in the midst of all that dark cloud and lightning. That's my guess.
Look, it's big enough we just have him drop the plant on top of it.
True. Right.
Yes.
See, then I could just walk down his back to that spot that you can never reach.
Oh yeah, of course.
Stand there and just keep stabbing.
Yeah. that could work.
Was there something you needed?
Yes, thank you. Sorry.
Something important.
So, our companion got left behind a little bit because we left him behind.
Because he was not flying.
Because he was not flying, yeah. You have a good intuition on that. So, we would like him to catch up to us with his horse and all his equipment and all that.
You're asking me to abduct him toward you.
Yes.
I think I will need to make 2 trips, but it should be quite doable unless he tries to murder me.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Because he doesn't know we're doing this. He just left.
I think. Oh, he did leave. Yeah. Well, good luck.
Thank you. So a giant blue hand comes down from the heavens and hurtles through the trees toward you, 9.
Sword.
It's covered in eyes.
Is this what it's looked like whenever anything is going back to? Just.
Please make me another initiative roll.
Traumatized.
4.
It doesn't look enough like the guy
Yeah.
we've seen 1,000 times.
A lot of things
It
look
actually
like that.
Well, yes, but truthfully, I'm pretty sure Nine would be happy to kill.
Yeah, your initiative is higher. The hand comes down toward you.
A lot of things look like body part covered in eyes. All right.
You are being abducted, a voice boomed from the hand. Be not afraid.
Okay.
What if he thigh grips horse really, really hard? Maybe he only has to make 1 trip.
Suzanne Summers.
Are you just letting the abduction happen?
I guess.
Okay. Are you going to try to thigh grip horse so that horse
Obviously.
Okay, can you
He's
please
just
make me
always
a
thigh gripping
strength
horse.
roll?
Horse has dents in his side.
20.
You unfortunately did not make it, and there's like a suctioning sound as you are pulled out of the horse.
Well, hang on. Strength or athletics?
Strength.
Motherfucker.
Unless there is like a sport to competitive horse gripping,
Yeah, it's called equestrian.
but like they have like this big old bar. You have to grab onto it, and you grab onto horse, and like
Just
Just
lift
do
the
pull
horse.
they lift you.
That's just
They lift
training
you. You
every
have to
day.
hold on as hard as you can as you're being like drawn and quartered of your own volition.
I would be really good at that.
Unfortunately, you didn't practice it before.
Claws on his feet.
Nine just does that every morning. He finds a tree branch and grips horse.
He does the quick anime bondage to horse. Of
Yes.
course, makes it a little easier.
Just real quick.
yeah, real quick.
So you are abducted. Everything's just real dark, and then there's like, you just see like a gajillion eyes swirling around you for what may have been like 3 seconds, may have been like 1,000 years. It's kind of hard to tell. And then you're just like plorped down, hurtling like 10 feet onto the soft bed of the mossy ground.
That's not even the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Then Horse thuds down beside you. Nay, says Horse.
That was the worst thing that's ever happened to Horse.
And he's been tied to a wall.
And stuck there for a while, I believe.
Like a day.
Congratulations, you now have an iron. And Horse.
Well, welcome, stranger. You are in a dream. Don't worry. It'll be fine.
You don't have
When
to.
you
It's
if you
okay.
listen to what we need, then you'll wake up. That's how this works. Yeah, it's
Just go with it.
I could start hitting you right now.
not if I'm up here.
I climb on Horse and I'm slightly higher and can reach him. Your whole
Over here.
try towards.
If only you had wings.
He's standing on horse, just swinging, and Pimper's just
You've made your point.
slightly higher.
I will never understand why you mortals require wings to fly, says the eye creature. But
Do you
anyway,
have a
back to my
better
planning. He's just kind of like hovering in the air without wings.
Do you think if we had more eyes, that would help?
Very likely, yes. That
Do you
seems
have
quite
something
logical
that can
to me.
give him more eyes?
I could abduct you, eyes, of any sort you desire.
Well, can you implant them in him so he can float for some reason?
I
Now, I
cannot.
didn't agree to this.
Who can?
No. I know of a surgeon who could, a renowned surgeon.
Who could give him floaty eyes?
Yes, the right
Dude.
materials.
I already have
Wait,
floating
what
boots.
materials?
Eyes.
Just any eyes?
I do not know. I am not a surgeon.
Next time you see him, ask him.
They need floaty gas sacks in the eyes. They're completely useless as eyes, but they're helium, so.
Hi, kitty.
Cat
Put
is
that on the
complaining.
to-do list.
I already have floaty boots, though.
Yeah, but floaty eyes.
Oh no, I need to change the cat box. Yep. Thank you.
Dad, I can't shit. Stop playing your stupid nerd crap and help my boy.
So I put your stupid nerd crap and take care of my stupid nerd crap.
Yeah.
Lord Sauciness has spoken.
Cats are always abrasive. Does the cat always scream when he poops?
It's a usual cat trait. My cat runs from her shit. She's like, I'm gonna be on the opposite side of the house now. Thank you very much.
I didn't do it. Patience.
Yeah, I didn't do it exactly.
So yes, what were we doing?
We just summoned 9,
Yes.
and
There was talk
9
of
is
eyes.
standing there menacingly. And yeah, we're near the warfront now.
Yes.
So how do we identify which one is the saint? Now, do you have any expertise there? You're the saint hunter amongst us.
I might have ever seen him before.
I was thinking we go into the cloud of lightning and we just find the one that's doing that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, we determined that if there's fighting, that it's fighting something as powerful, right? Not just dudes.
Maybe.
So if there's two powerful things up there, we probably need to kill them both.
I only see one set of
If
corpses.
there's already a cloud of lightning,
Yeah.
can't you like
Uh-huh.
do terrible things?
Well, yeah, there's only the bodies around here don't match the colors of the area.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, but
think
we
there's
don't know who
this.
the good guys are anyway. So
Well, if there's only one side of bodies here, then maybe it is just the saint fighting the other side.
Yeah, it looks that way.
all right, well, let's go kill this thing so we can have lunch or whatever.
It would be ideal to get it done before then. Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
We've drinking to do.
We only need to kill them if they're going insane.
Okay, but
Are we looking at the same cloud? Like,
Yeah, but
what if
A
it's
particularly insane bolt of lightning
if it's
snaps
sane
from.
today and we don't kill it, and then we leave, and then it goes insane like next week, then we gotta come all the way back here. Why not just kill the damn thing?
if we killed everything that was insane, you wouldn't be alive.
What have we left alive that we've encountered?
A casino.
Most
of
of
those
it.
people died.
our dream navigator.
That's true, he lived. Most of the crew
So far.
that the captain didn't kill.
Most of another planet.
The
We
captain's
didn't
probably
have time
still
to kill the whole
alive.
planet. We would have.
Yeah, we
Our
weren't there
planet
very
hasn't
long.
died
We
out
never
yet.
got to meet the person we were supposed to talk to there. So.
Yeah.
We leave people alive quite a bit. They just die when we're not looking a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, we've only directly killed about a dozen people in the last couple months.
That's terrible.
That's pretty.
No. Is that what Pippin looks like?
It is now.
Why is he a tiny fish?
But no, that's Pigman.
It's probably accurate though, because yeah, fish. Every day that passes, Peppermint gets just a tiny bit more fish-like. Nobody notices.
What the heck? Soon all will be fish. With a labyrinth organ
What?
to allow him to breathe in water and land at the same time. Is that the end goal? He will become the thing he hates the most.
Like Batman.
Yeah, I don't fucking
Except he's a
expect that.
fish.
He loves fish.
Very much not Aquaman.
Yes. Very much.
Batfish.
Wait, I
We
think
should make him very suitable as a Batman villain.
Perfect.
You can't catch me, Batman. I'm in the water.
No, just get out the shark repellent.
Yes. So, what if you're trying to go into the cloud? What are your plans for going into the cloud?
We're going in the cloud?
Well,
That's what I was
where
hearing.
The saint. Well, that was my suggestion. Is we just go in there. There's probably a saint.
Well, we could like get closer to the cloud and maybe look at the cloud and look under the cloud and look around the cloud. But I don't think we should dive straight in.
You're looking under the cloud as it is.
Unfortunately, you're a squirrel, so.
Squeak, squeak,
Chirp, chirp,
squeak,
chirp,
squeak, squeak.
Well, if we want to get it done by, I still have to speak with animals. I thought no.
When you speak with animals, can you speak with any animals for the duration or
Yes.
just the specific one that
Yes.
you're...
It's definitely out by now though. But anyways,
All animals speak the same language.
yeah.
So all animals can talk to each other?
Yes.
That's I don't think that's true.
The language is titled "With Animals." So let's see if With Animals works.
Yeah.
Call the cloud a bitch.
Did you cast Speak with Cloud first?
No, I just yelled really loud.
But if
Your
we
voice
wanna-
just kind of echoes through the plains. Nothing
If
happens.
we want to kill it by lunch, then we probably want to get to it.
There's a scrawny little guy just now bolting from the camp at you. He's holding a little flag, a little white flag.
Yeah, hi. What, this is the cloud.
The cloud says nothing.
I'm talking to the guy.
He's not here yet.
Fuck you.
Sorry, he's here now.
Excellent.
Captain Penman greets you as acting commander of the glorious army of Wilts. Sorry it took us so long to notice you were here. What brings you to our encampment?
What's going on? What's going on with that?
Just a bit of weather. Nothing important. It's quite dangerous around here, though. There's some snakes in the woods.
Yeah, that's what this blood is.
Oh, well, you know all about that. I would suggest that you good travelers get... He looks up at Pegasus for like 5 seconds without talking. That you good travelers go on your way, so there's...
Oh no, we're storm
You don't
chasers.
detract the snakes.
Yeah. No, we're here to see the storm specifically.
Well, you've seen it. There it is.
Thought we were here to kill some.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's our hobby is storm
Where's-
chasing, but our job is to.
Shut up. Where is
We get a lot of sponsors.
where is the saint?
Perhaps you would like to talk to Captain Pellman. He'd probably like to talk with you.
Just point.
I'll lead the way.
Just point to the
He
saint.
turns around and he just starts marching
This guy's about to die.
back to camp. A red lightning bolt comes down and smites him and he dies.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Maybe you shouldn't have been holding that flag up. Maybe that had nothing to do with it.
If you're gonna hold a flag in a storm, you shouldn't, like, up here.
Yeah, you'd think that would be like... Maybe that's why he was bolting so fast in the first place. He was trying to minimize his flag time.
He bolted, then he got bolted.
Yes, he did.
What did he say the captain's name was?
Pilgrim.
Pelvin?
Captain Pellman.
Ring, ring, ring.
Yeah.
Right there!
Yes.
We were looking for a Captain Pellman who's nearby somewhere.
Yes.
The
there
dead
is-
body just. It was him.
He looks at the corpse on the ground. Yes. Yes.
We were told we should speak with the Captain Pellman.
I do believe that is very likely the officer in that little camp there. He is wearing a little charm that prevents me from touching him. Unfortunately, it's quite inconvenient.
That is quite inconvenient.
And frankly, I only know that is his name because of others addressing him. I can't even see who he is. Again, quite inconvenient.
Can you abduct the charm?
I cannot.
Oh. Seems like that would be a good loophole.
It would, yes.
What if you abduct everything but the charm?
Can you abduct the ground from beneath his feet so he falls in a pit and can't escape?
I think I could, yes.
Just not too deep.
How deep would you
kill him.
like the pit
It's
to
not
be?
he's escaping being abducted.
This isn't help. We're just gonna go over there.
Can you abduct a link out of the chain and have it fall?
Abducted tunnel between him and us so that the only way he could go is to come
Yeah.
to
Can you just bring
Like
the
a
saint
loving-
over here?
Why aren't we? Yeah, that'd take a long
Can you
time.
abduct what?
The saint. Just bring him.
Who do you mean?
The guy making all the lightning.
I don't know who you're talking about. You keep pointing up at the cloud, but there's nobody up there.
Is there somebody making squeak, 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 squeak?
He can understand
Is there
you.
somebody making the cloud?
Not here. Suddenly it must be somebody. There's quite a lot of spicy magic up there. But
But whoever's making it isn't here.
they don't seem to be, no.
That's gay.
Unless there's somebody in the camp who I cannot perceive, and that seems unlikely to me.
You do have a lot
You
of
can't.
eyes.
You just told
Yes.
us about a guy you can't perceive.
In the camp.
I can perceive him, I cannot touch him, and there are qualities about him which I cannot perceive. His being and appearance I can perceive. He has a mustache.
Can you just abduct all his clothes just to annoy him?
No, he is wearing a medallion.
Can you abduct his mustache?
I cannot. No, he is wearing a medallion.
Abduct the air from right next to him, creating a vacuum, move him towards us, and then keep moving.
Oh, what a fascinating idea. Let me try that. No, I hurt his hearing quite a lot, it seems,
good.
but he did not move.
I'm just going over there.
Why are we not just going?
Because I thought it would be fun.
It's like you're lying lazily on the couch, and like the remote's right there. But you gotta.
Ring, ring, ring.
What do you need?
He's just playing. You know what I'm about. So what are you doing?
I guess we walk over.
Okay.
It's like 15 feet.
Cameron is gonna fly out of Mind's reach for the whole way.
Okay. That's. So a bolt of red lightning comes down and tries to strike the Pegasus.
Uh-oh.
The Pegasus is going to try to nimbly dodge out of the way. Well, is anybody currently riding the Pegasus?
I don't see
I
why
think
they
Solaire
stopped.
still is. So I still am.
I know Pimrin's probably not, since he's been flying around doing his own thing. And that's a 19. That passes.
Well, you know, with the Thunderbolt spell, they still take half damage.
Yeah.
Except Solaire, if he succeeds the save, can just not, even though he's on the thing that also gets hit with lightning.
If he succeeds the save, since I'm in his pocket, does that mean I also succeed?
I think we tried to roll on this before.
Are you an object being worn or carried?
Yeah, in
I
his
think the
pocket.
scroll counts as that.
I'm,
Would that
I'm
be
in-
full cover?
Yeah.
Yes. Alright, so both of you, please also make me dexterity saving throws at advantage.
Is the Pegasus wearing rubber boots? That would
I don't think that would have any effect whatsoever.
Rubber horseshoe.
Might have been wearing some rubber if
What am I wrong?
Horse had managed.
Dexterity save, please.
27
Alright, you pass.
or 25 or something like that.
17.
You pass.
Good news, the Pegasus has a +4 to dex saves.
So,
I don't know what dex a squirrel has.
Probably pretty decent.
Lear takes somehow no lightning damage because of his dexterous dodging, but Oshit does.
Seriously, it snakes right
It-
into his pocket. Perfect.
You know, I'm gonna say Oshit doesn't take any damage either.
So Lear
rather than
dodges
trying to justify it.
around Oshit out of the pocket. Oshit's just in midair. Like,
Distraction Oshit. The horse, though, takes 16 lightning damage.
A horse or the Pegasus?
The Pegasus. Pegasus says, "Ow! We're going to kill that devil. We're gonna eat his spine." And then he just flies directly up into the cloud.
Oh, well, that worked out well for us.
You're on.
what's the Lear on
Go
his back?
Pegasus.
Puts the Lear on its back.
Oh, okay.
Oshit.
I'm dipping.
Oshit glides away from the safest place she could possibly be in
Center
Salir's
of the storm
pocket.
cloud.
In the pocket of somebody who takes no damage on a successful dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, no, still no. Bye. Y'all have fun.
Get struck by lightning 6 times.
That's fine.
So the two of you see the Pegasus just ascend.
God only knows what's going to be
Let's
in here.
You see Oshit drop like confetti or ashes or both. Like
No,
one
I'm
piece
one
of really
piece.
big confetti.
One lump of ash.
Yes. Like
That's
a
a-
stump made of ash.
That's a fantastic symbol.
That's
You're
very
a
small.
writer.
A squirrel-sized stump of ash.
Much better.
Maybe like a balloon.
A very heavy balloon, yes.
Oshit falls like a plastic bag.
Yes.
I take this opportunity to go.
Like a
Look at that
baby.
dumbass to
Run out of
horse. And the horse is also like, man, wouldn't have gone up myself.
The squirrel descends like a balloon or a squirrel-sized piece of confetti. Let me write your Pulitzer right now.
So, Pimrin, what do you do? And Nine, what do you do when you see this?
I guess you go to the camp.
Yeah, I went into the camp as well. I'm just like, well, they'll handle it.
Yep. Oh shit! You thud to the ground,
No, I'm
taking no damage.
gonna right
Yeah,
into the tent.
You
Don't you worry, I took on the last one pretty much by
You
myself.
need-
I have a very
I mean, there's a
squirrel.
pretty there's enough of a distance that. You know what? Can you give me an
Saves.
acrobatics roll?
What does an acrobatics squirrel roll look like?
Well, you tell me.
+20.
It's got
Flying
it's
squirrel.
1 or 2
I
max.
told you.
Flying squirrel.
Are you wikiing it?
Yeah. Okay, squirrel. 5e.
It doesn't have one.
Squirrel E. Numbers don't exist on this keyboard apparently. Squirrel. 5e SRD.
The squirrel edition.
Yes. Acrobatics +5.
That's fine. Okay.
Dark vision 30 feet. Advantage on all dex saves. That's good for you to know.
14.
Excuse me. You make it.
Yay.
There is actually a section for flying squirrels. What's that from?
I mean, there isn't even a squirrel in the regular book.
There's like nothing in the regular book. The book is very
That's what I get for going to 5esrd.com.
Everything is making it up except 5e tools. You can't trust any of it.
Yeah.
So why are you
means you can
trusting
trust
5e
all of
tools?
it.
Because it is a literal copy paste.
See, they're just pirates.
It's
It's
exactly
completely
plagiarism.
different.
Oh, okay, they're just stealing.
Yes.
But the books cost $50 each and have no way to work through them looking at each individual stat block of monsters.
It's okay. Soon you're going to be getting the newest expansion is Step 7 of the Wizard's Battle Pass, and you'll be able to tap through it to your heart's content, except you won't because it'll probably be broken on release.
I think they
And made up of all monsters that appeared in the last 2 books. But like without their lore. And just skills don't exist anymore. You just apply your proficiency bonus to everything. So there you go. So the squirrel succeeds and gets like within the battle lines of the camp.
Can I succeed in following right into the tent?
Yes.
Cool.
I mean, there is a tent there. There's a very sick person in it.
I didn't go in the right tent.
You didn't go in the right tent. How do you know the right tent? There's like a gajillion tents
I was
here.
hoping I would have seen him go into the tent.
Which guy are you looking at to go into which tent?
I was gonna follow. Didn't they just walk into the?
I mean, they're going like. I mean, Pimrin's there.
I'm up above.
Yeah, didn't they just walk into the?
So Pimrin goes up there. I guess we'll wait. Pimrin, you get up to the line. There's a like kind of terrified looking scout who's like a middle-aged woman. She says, "That wasn't you, was it?"
Was what? Huh?
No, that would be silly. That'd be completely silly.
Yeah, of course.
Have you seen this?
I have not, and I love it.
It's
And
what
I'm
happens
scribbling.
when a gnome is the vessel for a mind flayer.
It's amazing.
It doesn't work. And it just
You've been gnomed, didn't you?
gets the big ol' head and keeps the tiny gnome body.
So it uses its tentacles to look
Because of the Faraday cage inside me. Eats brains.
Yes.
We're here to speak with your manager.
When you say we,
Yeah.
who do you mean?
Burst into the tent.
Yeah, the big one.
Oh.
He's with me.
Sound the alarm, we have visitors. Yeah, I know, yes. He's dead. No, I think it was the cloud. It was kind of bright, it was hard for me to tell.
Oh, you're talking about the scout?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
yes.
the cloud. Yeah.
Yeah, poor Jiminy.
Yeah.
Cute. Poor Jiminy.
He seemed nice. He wanted us to talk with
He was very nice. He did a lot of the chores.
Captain Pellman, he said.
Yes, Captain Pellman ordered him to shoo you off.
He did try his best.
It would be best, I think, for everybody involved if you left. It would be quite safe. There are snakes here. Did you know about that? They're very deadly snakes.
I
in the
did hear
woods.
about the snakes, yeah.
And also, this is a war front, and there is magical evil lightning that is above. And as you can see, it sometimes indiscriminately murders people.
Yeah, no, that's why we're here, actually.
We're gonna
Oh,
kill it.
really? Are you here to for what purpose? You're going to kill it.
Yeah.
How are you going to kill it? We've been. I say we. I just kind of stand here. I say we. So I have some ideas of how we could kill the lightning cloud, if we're honest. Because what is a cloud, if not water condensate? So if we magically dehumidified the atmosphere, we could get rid of all the clouds, and it wouldn't be able to murder anybody ever
Have you
again.
tried, like, just equipping your soldiers with rubber boots?
I don't understand why that would make any
Oh, okay,
difference.
well-
I guess it would keep their feet from getting wet.
Yeah, exactly.
But we haven't had any rain is the problem. It's all just been lightning and blood. Lots of blood, but the blood just kind of sinks into the ground. It doesn't form puddles. We've even put, like, helmets out to catch the blood, because we wanted to examine it, but it just sort of disappears.
That is disconcerting, yeah.
Yes.
So about the captain.
Yes, I suppose I should show you Captain Pellman.
Much appreciated.
Up in the cloud, the Pegasus is flying wildly around. It's to Salir. The visual effect is though you're in like just a bunch of smoke, but it doesn't smell like smoke, and you're not really having trouble breathing. Your throat feels prickly, and your eyes, in fact, also feel pretty prickly, but you don't feel the static that you have come to expect when you're dealing with like mages that are actively summoning lightning around you, which is very strange because you can occasionally see like bright red flashes of light where the lightning is definitely happening before the crackle of red thunder, I suppose.
Is the cloud made out of crabs? Is that why it's red?
The cloud's not red. The clouds looks like smoke, I suppose, from this distance, but the lightning's red. The lightning might be made of crabs, but I don't know how he's going to tell.
It's made of smoke-colored crabs.
Smoked crabs.
The plot thickens with crab smoke.
I think the Pegasus just uploaded Sawyer to the cloud.
The Pegasus is just like snapping and snarling and firing its lightning gun indiscriminately and screeching in a language that Salir can't understand. Are you going to do anything, Salir? Or are you just going to kind of chill and enjoy the ride?
I don't think there's anything to fight just yet.
Not that you can see.
I can't see anything with my eye worm.
I'd forgotten about the eye worm because of course
You need to stop
through
eating
your-
the player's beneficial parasites.
through your eye worm. You can see like a zone of clarity around you through that one eye. It doesn't let you pierce all the way through the smoke, but it gives you considerably better range. And the lightning doesn't blind you at all if you look at it with that eye. It just looks very red.
But I don't see anything in this cloud to
You do
fight.
not. Actually, can you give me perception, please?
Use this one.
In fact, I suppose the Pegasus also did, but he's probably... Yeah, no.
17.
You see a faint spot of red that's like a dot of the red lightning that isn't going out and isn't moving.
I will try to get the Pegasus to go over to where the dot is.
Nay. Or nay, says the Pegasus. How are you trying to get the Pegasus to go? Are you just like trying to steer it like it's a
Slap
horse?
its ass.
Well, I don't know. He was talking to it before, so
Yes.
I'm going to talk to it and tell it there's something over there. Let's go over there.
Nay, it says. Can you give me animal handling, please?
Oh, goody. The thing I'm worst at. Okay.
Nay, it says inquisitively. Nay, it says excited.
16.
It takes a bit of doing to get its attention, but you eventually feel like you're getting somewhere, and it pivots toward the general direction of the dot, and it keeps going like a bit off track. It clearly can't see whatever you're pointing it toward, but with a little bit of handling, you're able to get it close enough that you see this seems to be a pretty ordinary looking soldier's helmet in like its design, but it seems to be made of shining like red crystal or glass. It's just kind of hovering there.
that on the skull?
The
That's not.
Pegasus does not seem to see it,
Okay.
and you cannot see it through your regular eye.
Am I close enough to smack it?
You can bring the Pegasus close enough to smack it.
And then we'll bring the Pegasus over there and we'll whack it and see what happens.
All right, please make me an attack roll.
This is probably a bad idea.
Is this a magical weapon?
I don't own any magical weapons.
All right.
All my magical stuff does nothing useful. 13, or no, 16.
Your blade passes through it as though it's an illusion. It seems to be completely unaffected.
Can I grab it?
You can put your hand out, and your hand prickles all over as though it had fallen asleep when you touch it. The sensation increases exponentially if you move your hand like further into the center of it, and the sensation stops completely if you pull your hand away.
I was looking to try and pick it up.
You unfortunately cannot seem to interact with it.
That's icky, man. I wouldn't touch that.
That's frustrating. I was going to try and put it on.
A bolt of lightning blasts from it point blank and tries to hit you. Please make me a dexterity saving throw, as will Horse. Horse once more does pretty good.
The new horse.
11.
You fail.
Actually, you take damage for a change.
Of course, if he was a haughty bitch.
What spelling of hottie is that?
Both.
9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 19, 25 lightning damage.
That's half of that. Then.
12 lightning damage. You smell yourself sizzle. And you feel the prickling sensation of when you touched the helmet all throughout your body. The horse neighs in a very surprised manner, which perhaps indicates surprise. What would you like to do now?
I feel like if my entire body fell asleep and got prickles, I would also take 12 damage.
Probably
I don't
at
think
least.
I have anything at all I can touch this thing with.
We need rubber gloves.
What if it was rubber boots the entire time?
I have magic gloves.
I don't have anything fun like that. I don't.
And a magic sword.
Nay, 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 says the Pegasus.
It's not really what horses sound like.
No, but it's what Pegasus sound like. Pegasoids. And then it descends through the clouds.
If only our shit were here.
Oh shit. You see that these two are talking to a guard who's eagerly talking about the best way to kill a cloud. You thud to the ground as a squirrel.
I'm probably
Close
just
to
gonna
them.
stab it.
Is that a squirrel?
Usually.
Or is that a rat?
Hey,
Rats carry the plague, did you know that?
I shake my fluffy tail.
A fluffy rat.
I'm a very sexy squirrel.
Two other squirrels. I believe was the qualifier.
Yes, Captain Hellman is this way.
The squirrels with us too.
Oh, you're wizards.
I'm gonna sit on him right shoulder.
Yes.
Wizards don't turn into animals.
No, but they might have animals like with them.
That explains a lot. And the guard will take you to Captain Pellman's command tent, which is not a proper command tent. You're taken by the old command tent, which is mostly just like charcoal, it looks like. Yes, the general, may he rest in peace, He's not our commander anymore. Captain Bellman is now. We are hoping that nobody learns that he is our commander, who is, aligned with the enemy, of course. Which is why I have, of course, revealed his identity to you, being not the enemy as you are. Yes.
Read it line.
Okay.
If that makes you feel any better.
We just want to kill the cloud.
And then he comes to the two guards out front of Captain Pellman's tent and reports that rip Mr. Messenger Boy
Jimothy.
and poor Jimothy. And I don't think that was his name. It was something like that. It was Jiminy.
Jimothy. No, it was
Jiminy Jones. Jimothy is his older brother who will have to receive the news.
So while they're doing that,
Yes.
Solaire's going to try and convince Pegasus to bring him back to Pimrid.
Okay. Can you give me persuasion, please? Nay, says the Pegasus. Nay.
A 5.
The Pegasus is going to just hover there for a bit under the cloud, staring up at it and muttering to itself in a very Pegasus-ish way. It's very Pegasus-suspicious.
You can't say nay, that's our word.
It does have its gun pointed directly up at the cloud. It perhaps has figured by this point that firing lightning into a lightning storm isn't going to make it weaker.
Well, he's a true American trying to shoot a tornado.
Yeah.
That's how you protect your property.
Yeah. On the big scale, you gotta fire nukes at the hurricanes. That's how you stop them.
If he gives me the gun, I'll shoot the helmet.
It will offer you the gun if you suggest this.
Well, then I will shoot the helmet with the gun.
All right. It takes you back up. You have to do some more direction to return to the proper point because it can't see it apparently.
Does it just have an arm with the gun
Yes.
the whole time?
And it retracts the arm once he takes the gun. Yes. Its muscle mass increases slightly as
Make
the arm
a
returns.
slurpy noise.
It's pretty slurpy. There wasn't any hair on this arm.
Oh,
So,
everyone was imagining a spindly human arm. Because they always are.
I was imagining it, yeah, just exactly like the rest of the horse, but just in an arm.
Yes. Primary difference was no hair. I guess it got in the way of gripping properly. But it doesn't have to worry about that now because it's just got a flank on its flank now. And so it takes you back up and can you please make me an attack roll? Not with proficiency.
Not with proficiency.
Does it get
So I
its
guess
arm
just
grown
a
to you?
dexterity roll.
What was that? What the hell is it? 8.
Pew! Unfortunately, it's because the Pegasus can't see exactly where you're trying to aim.
I'm sorry.
Its graceful flapping midair gives you a little bit of turbulence and you miss. The surrounding lightning storm crackles menacingly. Would you like to try again?
Sure, why not?
How much ammo do these guns hold? Or are they unlimited?
I
They're
don't know anything about ammo.
you have not been able to figure that out.
Do they use an ammo or do they?
They can run out of ammo from rumors that you have heard. Wait, no, that's
Don't know
the
where I would've heard
flamethroers. You heard something
These are
about
like lightning guns, so I don't
yes,
know if they
we
consume
stole-
anything.
Stole the lightning gun and it
16.
it hasn't run.
You hit your lightning bolt snakes. Your lightning bolt snakes out and cuts into the helmet.
A lightning colt.
And there's a gigantic
That's
bright explosion as the helmet blows up.
Come on.
What's the lightning helmet got immune to lightning damage?
That's a really good question. It seems like it should be built in. I guess they just never tested for this specific scenario.
Nobody would be silly enough to fire lightning at our lightning cloud, so.
What if
Why is my bank of batteries not immune to lightning damage? Do more.
Are you about to explode the piss at Select? I hope so. He deserves damage for once.
8, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 20, 24, 28, 31, 34 lightning damage. Please give me a dexterity saving throw.
16.
You fail. As does the Pegasus.
So I take 17 points of damage.
Yes. The Pegasus dies at this point.
No.
That's a problem.
Good. He's
problem
how
if
many
you're riding
100
it,
feet in the air?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's
That's a very good question.
I think max is 10d6 fall damage.
I think it might be 20.
It's
He'll live.
10d6 sounds right. Although I think they added that in Xanathars. Is that right?
I think they might have said something at some point like, this max is just a suggestion, but you're the DM. Don't let your players tell you it's the
Do
max.
whatever you feel. 5e.
5e.
My ruling on that is anything greater than that is terminal velocity and you die regardless of HP.
Like regular humans in real
That's not
life
what
can
the terminal
survive just
velocity.
thudding to the ground at terminal velocity.
Yeah.
Like, falling's weird. You can also die from like a 3-foot fall.
You don't worry about it.
The human body
Cats can
is-
survive a fall from any height as long as it's over a certain amount, not under a certain amount. If it's under that certain amount, then they don't survive. Weird. With a specific range of injury from falling, and above that, they're okay.
It's so much easier to just kill him.
Yeah.
Then you
You
don't
said
get to
that
break
a
out
little
the
too
dice.
It is 20d6. It's you're definitely at maximum fall for that. Okay. Why do I have the tiny dice if not to roll 20d6?
I mean, as long as it's not double his max HP, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
5e.
The squirrel just walks over and boops him, and he's okay.
You haven't seen me land disgracefully on my feet and say, hey, here we are.
You could always roll him a permanent injury. That'd be fun.
I mean, I
Not
feel like
the leg.
Salute should be able to land like a
You're rolling
spider
for
on his
over
feet.
200 feet.
I mean, the maximum damage is what, 120?
Can you use the Pegasus's body?
It disappears
cushion.
because it was a celestial. I mean, actually, no, it was just abducted.
Yeah, it wasn't a summon, so it'd get a body.
Yeah, it's got a body.
I know demons turn to ash. I don't know if
It turns into confetti, probably.
Pegasus-sized confetti.
It's just squirrels.
1, 2, 3, 8, 10, 16, 22, 28, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 71, 77, 81 bludgeoning damage.
It's a pretty high roll.
Yes, it is.
He might be asleep.
Thud.
Are you asleep?
Yeah, I'm asleep.
Are you temporarily inconvenienced?
If anybody happened to be looking toward the battlefield, they would have seen.
We're all in the 10.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have.
Do we feel a disturbance in the force?
Did we hear an explosion?
Probably would have heard
hear
the
a thud.
explosion.
Yeah, but this
You did hear the explosion
out there.
Yeah, that wasn't lightning. That was. I mean, it was lightning, but like, wow, that wasn't lightning. That was an explosion. The cloud immediately begins to clear out. And Solir is just kind of unconscious on the ground.
Crunch. And the final original character of this campaign.
Thankfully, the Pegasus broke your fall a little bit, and you didn't take worse damage.
It's okay. You
That's
still
okay. It
have-
only put me to minus 20.
Can you make me 3 death saving throws, please?
Oh boy.
What? Why?
In
No one's gonna get over there.
Nobody's coming.
We're not going to notice that
not
the
in
storm is a big.
in the next 18 seconds.
No, probably
you're
not.
you're not going to.
Well, that's an 18.
Success.
19.
Success.
He's just fine. Knocked him out.
That's 3.
Failure.
13.
Success. You're just unconscious.
Your bones popped back in. Okay.
There is a Salir-shaped hole in the Pegasus body underneath you.
There's the advantage to being drunk all the time. Drunks
Yeah.
never die in the wreck.
Exactly. They don't tense up.
Perfect. So while Salir is sleeping off his... I'm trying to think of a hangover pun. His fall downer. Yeah.
We can stop now.
The rest of you are meeting with Captain Pellman, and we're gonna stop there.
His fall down. It's excellent.
His rock